Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. I want to welcome each and every single one of you. Today is our podcast day, which is Saturday for the general viewer, subscriber, and for members, it comes out as soon as I get it finished and uploaded on Friday evening. And I also, in my podcast, at the end of the podcast, I share with you the pictures and tell you a little bit about each of the pictures that are shared for sharing in the podcast. So there is a post that goes out in the Facebook group every week, and I pin it to the featured, and then that's where you would post your pictures to be put in the slideshow or the show and tell. If you don't have Facebook, that's perfectly okay. You can send me an email, absolutely, and just give me a little bit of information about it and then tell me that that's where you want me to put those pictures is in the slideshow, or I won't know. So we're going to have a discussion in my podcast, and it's going to be kind of like the last couple of videos that I've put out. I'm going to start doing some more of this style, but I'm also going to incorporate it with my normal type of videos. So as of right now, what I'm talking about is I'll bring up a subject and let's discuss it. I'll give you points of view. I will, maybe give you some little pointers, things like that. And then I'm opening it up for comments down below. Let's get a conversation going about these particular subjects. And today I'm going to recap on what I went over on the Tuesday night live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this past Tuesday. So we're going to talk about spring into color, and I don't mean me, the human spring, I mean the season spring. So when I'm talking about spring color, I'm not talking about spring green. I'm talking about just as a general overall colors for spring, the palette of color. I'm going to show you some of my choices. I'm not going to talk just about the color palette, but the weight of yarn or fiber content that I'm going to choose for me personally to make these projects for springtime. And this may only be here in the States. Some areas are just now going into fall and winter. So they're going to be picking up on all the winter stuff while we're starting on the spring and summer stuff. But down in the comments section, let me know what is the first colors that come to mind when you think of going from winter into spring. Let me know that down in the comments. So when I'm thinking about springtime colors, I'm thinking about vibrant colors for the most part. But it also is going to depend on the fiber content, the texture of the pattern, and, just the different projects that can be used with these colors and this style of yarn. So I may not want to work on a big squishy Afghan right now with heavy blanket yarn, but a lacy Afghan or wrap, even though it's larger, would be fun to do in a cotton or a very lightweight yarn. And then just use your colors that you think of when you think of spring. So I'm going to show you a little bit of an array of yarn here and colors. So if I was thinking maybe doily or maybe a summer cover up, I could go as light as that. Now this is just thread, but it is a cotton thread. It is very, very nice. Let's see what we got here. It's Alize, however you say that. So it is 100% mercerized cotton. And I know that this would look amazing in a cover-up. Absolutely. Or maybe a light shawlette, something very lacy, just to give a pop of color to your everyday wardrobe that you may wear to work. That would give you that spring pop of color. So that is one option. That's thread. And I may not go in and make an afghan with it, but something like doilies, those are nice to make in the springtime because they're light, they're small, you don't have a lot of fabric. So moving on to the next thing would be like this Himalayan from Premier. Now you're going to hear me talk a lot about Premier. I do have an affiliate. It is down in the description box, and all that does is throw a few shekels my way if you purchase something through the affiliate link. It does not affect your sale at all. You'll get the same everything. So little plug there. I have an affiliate with Premier, but I give my honest opinions about their yarn. I love their yarn, and I have quite a bit of it. Not like an abundance, but I do have quite a bit of it. But anyway, this is the Himalayan denim, and it's such a beautiful purple. And the weight of the yarn is amazing as it is. I mean, it's nice and lightweight. The actual yarn itself would have a really nice drape with a slightly larger hook or needle size. So I definitely like this and this color. Even though it's a bit darker of a purple, I love this color for springtime. Next, I'm going to jump into a merino wool. Now, most of you will recognize the label here. It is a Hobby Lobby sold yarn. If you don't do, that's fine. The details of this yarn is that it is 100% superfine or superwash merino. So this is a reduced one from back in one of their sales, and it is like a lilac color, but it has these beautiful pops of that really pretty neon greens and yellows and some blue. Just, it's a speckled yarn is what it is. It's dyed to a lilac, and then it's speckled with these little pops of color on top of it. And that is lightweight. Even though it's merino, it is lightweight. So this is a number 1, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it's hard to see for me, but I believe this is a number 1. So that again would be a really nice lightweight yarn. The next item that I would look at is something like this. For someone who doesn't want to, they want a bigger project, but they don't want to have to hand wash and lay flat to dry that bigger project. For springtime, who wants to do that anyway? So yeah, I mean, use those fibers and yarn for the smaller special projects. And when you're making bigger projects and things that you're gonna be beaten up and general wear and tear because you use it a lot, you're gonna want something like a synthetic. So this is a 100% acrylic. It's a DK. It's very lightweight. This particular brand, Bloom, if you knit it, it gives you this flower garden pattern. It's called Baby's Breath is this one. And if you don't knit, that's okay. You can crochet it too. It's not going to give you that same pattern, but it'll come, you know, with some of its own design by crocheting it. Now there are options like the moss stitch or Tunisian potentially could give you something close, but it still wouldn't be the same as knit. Now putting this on the Addy, you very possibly could get that design very easily. But this is a beautiful one. It's lightweight, it's a lighter color, and it could be something of springtime interest. Now on this same yarn, This is darker. The base of it is darker, but it has the same everything about it, the same amount of yardage, the same type of designing. It's same weight of yarn. It's just a hair darker. So if you're like me and white and you do not get along, maybe you want to go something like this where the white is the smaller amount of color. And it's still a very springtime color. This particular one is Hummingbird. And again, it is Premier Bloom. Now, we'll step out of the lighter weights and we can go to a worsted weight. Cotton. Here we are again with some Premier. This is Premier Home Cotton. And this one is called, I don't even know if they still have this one. This is called Jelly Dots. And it is so cute. But it's almost like a very light cream with a hint of almost a wine burgundy color, rose color, something like that added to it. And it's just got these nice, pretty little specks of color. And it's 100% cotton. So you could use that for this particular one for making table runners, dishcloths, washcloths, hand towels, all kinds of different things with this worsted weight number 4 yarn. So this one, let me see what colorway this one is. Rustic Blue. So that is a little bit darker. It has browns and it has blues. So this could actually go from spring or fall or even winter. It's up to you. But I find that I like it for a springtime color as well, because it's not overpowering. It has just enough of the darker color for me to offset those lighter colors that are going to pick up coffee and stuff like that. It has just enough of that dark color to offset those lighter colors. So those are some options as far as weights of yarn, along with my specific thought process on colors for spring. So with that being said, there's multiple different things that you can do with those yarns to create lightweight projects, scarves, things for the house, open lacy, afghans, things like that. Something that's going to be lightweight and very drapey type projects, other than the last one that I showed you, which was cotton. So let's talk in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are on the different yarns that I showed, whether you've used them before, whether it's an option that you hadn't thought of, or what you like to use as far as colors, weights of yarn, projects that you like to make in the springtime. I really encourage you to tell us about it, because what that does is it opens up the conversation, and others that might be looking for ideas might see your comment and say, that's something I hadn't thought about yet. So yeah, please join me in this discussion and on this topic of springtime colors. And thank you so much for your continued support for this channel. I thank you, each and every one of you that come and join me for my podcast. Now, I do have to say I have not worked on very much here in the craft room. I've made some jewelry this week, but my main focus has been on the super secret mystery upcoming pattern that, yeah, I'm not giving much information about it. I gave a lot in 2 lives back, not this past live, but the live before. I gave some clues, and I've been working on that, and it looks like I potentially will have it set up to do as a crochet along, a mystery make along, however you wish, starting the first Monday of next month. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm using 11 different colors, and you can go with solid. Up to you. And I'm using leftovers. That's another clue. Let's go in and look at the couple of pictures that I have received on the Facebook group this week. So first up, we have Miss Cecilia. Cecilia is coming to us with her make. I will put the link to that at the end. That will be the one video that you can just go straight to. And then there's always a playlist of things that you can go to as well. But I will link that either in a card in the upper right hand corner now, or I will add it as a link at the end of this video. So thank you, Cecilia. I think it looks amazing. Actually, beautiful job in those colors. That's very country looking to me. It's very just warm and country looking. I love it. You did an amazing job. Thank you so much for working that up. She said that she used Big Twist menagerie yarn in chameleon color. Okay, that's awesome. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I love how it turned out. Very nice. So thank you, Cecilia, once again for sharing your work with the rest of us. And then we have K&K Crochet. She is adding, there's no pattern, it's just another beanie for their drive that they do every year for their outreach is Bumblebee Mountain Outreach, and they set a goal for the amount of hats that they would like to achieve, whether it's by donation and or their own makes. Now I do contribute, so hats that I've made here in design, those go in a bag, as well as other ones that I make. They go in a bag or a box or something, and I take them to her for passing out. She is local to me, and if you cannot send them in email, or in an email, if you cannot send them in mail, that's okay. You can totally, absolutely donate locally, and I highly recommend doing that. All right, so that was K&K Crochet. Their information is linked down below. So next up, I'm going to go over to my email, and I had some beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is from Miss Vicky. She's super, super, super sweet, and she makes beaded jewelry as well as other items. And she sent this picture to me, and these are so pretty. Beautiful designs, and I love your beadwork. Absolutely amazing. Now that beadwork is different than the lamp working beads that I make. Those are beads that have been store-bought, and she's doing loom beading and or freehand beading and putting those beads together to create those designs. So these are beads I've made, and those are store-bought beads. So it's a little just separating the difference there. All right, that is the show and tell for this week. Thank you so much, Vicky, Cecilia, and KK for sharing your pictures for me to show everyone else. And from me to everyone out there, be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.